Always first steps. This was the card that I pulled on today's video, and so I thought that we should start with our first steps. A problem that I have had, that I still have, that, I think likely many of you watching have, is that you might put your mind far ahead of your body, and you forget about the importance of the body. And oftentimes this leads to an entire detachment from the body. You become headless in a bad way. You become just a head. And if you've been with the channel for a long time, you might even know I did a comic book about this years ago. But let me tell you, it hasn't gotten that much better. Things are still a great struggle when your work is intellectual work, when your work is not work with your body. It's going to be a struggle unless you really have a solid daily routine, which, to be honest, I don't. I don't have the best daily routine to keep my body alive. And, I'll find things to occupy myself day to day, but it's not the same as actually having a good, kind, loving relationship with your own body. And this might sound like hippie nonsense, I'm sure, to many of the intellectually gifted people. You think, oh, this is a distraction, this is a waste of time, it's not even real. Why do I care about my body? Well, let me tell you, you must. You must care about the body because it is the very foundation upon which your mind sits. So if you don't take good care of your body, and you just develop this intellectual approach to things, what is the foundation? What is at root? What is keeping you rooted to the ground, keeping you from floating away from the earth? Nothing. You might have a few, important friendships or relationships. You might play a game, or there might be something that you do relatively often that keeps you rooted. But it's not the same as having it within yourself, your own self-routine. If you are alone, if you are just on your own, what is your body to you? If you live in the mind, if you live in this mental plane, what is the body? What do you do with it? It's a problem, believe it or not. We can't just stay on the screen, stay on television, stay in the video game forever. The body is real. The body is there. And if it's not active, if it's not moving, if it's not being treated well, with kindness, with care, it is going to be a detriment. You might be right in that regard. You might believe that your body is a detriment, but that is because you have made it such. You have not made it your ally. You have not made it your foundation. And let me tell you that the intellect, no matter how powerful you might think it is, you might be a magician, you might be a scientist, so you might think, well, my mind is so powerful, my mind could do anything. But let me tell you, we are in a war against your body when you take on that mode of existence. And your body is going to win every single time. Your body is realer. No matter how real you can make your ideas, no matter how good you are at manifesting them, your body is real. And, I have long preached Wilhelm Reich and Aleister Crowley and the goods of meditation and the importance of just bodily energies. But again, this is a constant struggle if you are prone to overthinking. If you are prone to overthinking, I'll just think about it. I'll just think my way out. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The body needs to do. The body wants to move. And if you don't move your body, if you are not walking, if you're not exercising, if you're not actually meditating, actually doing the work in your own life, not somebody else isn't telling you to do this. You're not just doing it with other people because it's something they do. It's actually yours. It's your daily ritual. You're going to suffer terribly. You're going to realize, there's a line that I've been thinking of quite often. In the Bible, there's the great line, man cannot live on bread alone. And of course, many of you over-intellectualizers, overthinkers, you just don't live on bread at all. You live entirely on spirit. You live entirely on the mind, and you have forsaken the importance of bread in your life. You need to reincorporate the material reality. Because if you don't, it is an enemy. As I said earlier, you are going to be in a war against reality itself, a war against the material reality that we live in here on Earth. And again, you might be, we're a spirit in a material body, or we're a soul incarnate briefly in an illusion. But either way, it doesn't matter, because there are rules to the game. There are rules to the illusion. There are rules to the matrix. I think that might be one of the great misinterpretings of the matrix. That you are in the matrix and shit sucks, and no matter how good it is, it's illusory, it doesn't matter. Then you get out of the matrix and you only need pure information. They just plug it in, and then you get back into the real world, the matrix, and you're a superhuman. You're a superpower. And you might think that information works this way, but it doesn't. It only is through application, through intentional living, that we are able to incorporate knowledge into our life. You can think all day and not live, not experience any of it. And that is a horrible tragedy and a horrible loss for every individual. We are in this world together. Like it or not, we're in it together. And if you don't develop your body as well as your mind, if you allow the internet or the video games, or even just this kind of philosophical worldview to overtake your material reality and to essentially ruin your life. Think about, I'll pop it up on the side, ruin the 10 of Swords in the tarot. To me, that is the card of overthinking. There's so many swords that it can't find its direction. They all come and break each other up. Because there's no target. There is no reason for all of those ideas. If you don't give yourself a target, if you don't give yourself a material reason, a goal, what do you have? But all of this, flowing knowledge, which, again, just like the body will become an enemy if you ignore it, all of that knowledge that goes unused and underutilized will also become an enemy and will strike at you. This is the great work to be done right now, is simply reattach yourself to your body. No matter how silly it seems, no matter what simple steps you have to take, if you can reattach yourself to your body, I guarantee you will become a much smarter person. Your mind will actually have a reason to exist. And it doesn't need to be working at McDonald's and working a desk job. You might be prone to assuming that material reality is all this, all mundane, all boring, all treacherous and terrible, and will suck you down and destroy you. It's not. It's not. I can speak from experience. Material reality is pretty darn good when you let it, and when you invite it, and when you do what it takes to achieve a baseline there. When you can live in the world, good things will happen. A lot of this video, I must say, I'm saying it to myself. I hope that it's helping you. I hope that a lot of you can achieve and reattach yourselves to your body, but man, it's definitely stuff I have to work on. You might see I've lost weight. I don't look that wonderful, that different from before, but I have put a lot of work into losing the weight, into living more. I've moved, all of that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm still working on it every day. I'm still trying to get to a much healthier place with my body. And not necessarily through like weightlifting and dieting, but just through these simple things that you can do every day. So that is my advice. And, also we have to talk about the Substack. If you want to read my ideas, I think I've been reading a lot more than I've been writing a lot more than I've been making videos, at least more than I did in the past. So check out my Substack. That will be in the comments. And if you want a tarot card reading, if you're interested in a fortune telling, or just advice and thoughts on something, or you just want to, you never had a tarot card reading done, you'd like one done, send me a DM at thegoddisc on Instagram or on Twitter or wherever, and we can schedule one, we can set it up. All right, everybody, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I hope that as this was the oblique strategy of always first steps, that this could help you take some first steps. As always, remember, memes matter.